In this video, we're going to talk about calorimetry, which is in section 16.1 of the chemistry book. So what is calorimetry? Calorimetry is the science of measuring amounts of heat through endothermic or exothermic reactions. In real life, calorimetry is used at chemical plants to see if their heating and cooling systems can stand change in heat. Scientists find this change in heat through a device called a calorimeter. Calorimeters are very insulated, so heat exchange with the environment can be prevented. This allows for accurate results. Calorimeters can be as sophisticated as a bomb calorimeter, which is this, or as cheap as a styrofoam cup. In order to find this heat change, you must know the formula, which is Q equals M times C times delta T. Or easier way to remember it is Q equals MCAT. So what is Q? Q is the heat that is added or absorbed by a substance, which is shown in joules. M is the mass of substance, which is shown in grams. C is the specific heat. And the specific heat is the amount of heat per unit mass required to raise the temperature by 1 degree Celsius. A good thing to remember is that the specific heat of water is 4.184 joules over grams times Celsius. Specific heat is always expressed by joules over grams times Celsius. Delta T is the change in temperature. And to find the change in temperature, you must know the formula, which is the final temperature minus the initial temperature, which equals delta T. So a problem associated with this formula would be this. If the temperature of a 34.4 grams of ethanol increases from 25 degrees Celsius to 78.8 degrees Celsius, how much heat has been absorbed by the ethanol? Specific heat of ethanol is 2.44 joules over grams times Celsius. So the first thing you must do is ask yourself, what is the question asking? The question is asking what has been absorbed, which in other words is what is Q. So from there you have to assign numbers from the problem to the corresponding variables from the Q equals MCAT formula. So you know that Q, you must find Q, so that must be the unknown. M is 34.4 grams, which tells you in the formula. And C is also the specific heat, or C, is also is shown, which is 2.44 joules over grams degrees Celsius. And delta T, it tells you the final temperature and the initial temperature. So you should subtract the two, which you get 53.8 degrees Celsius. And you plug it into the formula. After that, you must cross out the units and multiply the numbers together to get the answer. Which the round answer you get is Q equals 4,520 joules, or 4.52 times 10 to the third joules. Another example with Q equals MCAT is this. A 4.50 nugget of pure gold absorbed 276 joules of heat. What was the final temperature of the gold if the initial temperature was 25 degrees Celsius? The specific heat of the gold is 0.129 joules over grams times Celsius. So again, you must ask yourself what the question is asking. The question is asking what is the final temperature. So keep this in mind when you do the question. So you do the same thing as the last one. You have to know what the formula is, Q equals MCAT, and assign the corresponding numbers to the variable. So it tells you that the heat absorbed is 276 joules, which is Q. Also tells you the mass, which is 4.50 grams, and also tells you the specific heat, which is 0.129 joules over grams times Celsius. But it only tells you the initial temperature, and it doesn't tell you the final temperature, so there's no way of knowing what delta T is, which is unknown. So you plug in the numbers. The thing you want to do is cross out the units and then multiply 4.50 times 0.129. Then you get 276 equals 0.5805 1 over degree Celsius times delta T. So from here you want to isolate the variable, which is delta T. So you divide both sides by 0.5805, and then you get 475 degrees Celsius equals delta T. But you're not done yet, because you remember, you have to find the final temperature. So you plug 475 equals delta T into the temperature final minus the temperature initial, which equals delta T. So you do TF minus 25 degrees, which equals 475 degrees Celsius. So then you add both sides by 25 degrees, and then you get the answer of 500 degrees Celsius. I hope this video was helpful, and have a good day.